Hey guys, my name is Shalom. If you're new, I do videos on pop culture, artists, all that freaking good stuff. If you like how that sounds, press the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every single time I post. If you're returning, hey guys, how you doing? Share everyone around and how we do it around here. The Nicki and SZA beef to me is just very basic. It's basic principles. I don't get why everyone, or the media anyways, is painting Nicki Minaj to be this kind of bad guy, this villain. Apart from what she said about SZA's body, I don't really agree with that part. I don't agree with Nicki talking about SZA's body, because I feel like SZA's body is tea, so I don't know about that. I was like, Nicki, not too much on the body now, okay? Not too much on SZA's body. I feel like her body is tea. It's always been tea to me. I don't know, unless I'm blind. All this SZA and Nicki beef has proven to me is that the industry and the general public hate women that speak out. Hate women, okay, that speak out, who are open, who will speak about different things, speak about the industry, because the same people who are coming for Nicki Minaj saying that she's on another coke rant or she's popping pills are the same people who are like, oh, the industry is so evil, oh my gosh, look what they're doing to women, look how they're doing this. But then you have an artist who's literally been in the industry for flipping years, telling you about the industry, telling you how evil and demonic it is, but then you're saying that she's on a coke rant. So what is it that you want? Do you want people to expose the industry, or do you want them to just shut up and take it? Okay, and at this point you've just convinced me that you hate women that speak up, you don't like women who speak their mind in industry, and that's why a lot of people, I said this on my TikTok multiple times, a lot of people like Beyonce over Nicki because Beyonce doesn't say nothing. Okay, she's quiet, she's silent, okay, she's very passive, she does not care. No tea, shade to Beyonce, and obviously Beyonce's been in the industry a lot longer, so that's why people kind of gravitate towards Beyonce. She does not care, you know, her man cheated on her, obviously she wrote an album about it and still, you know, went on with her relationship, and I doubt that Lemonade was like, you know, Jay-Z's first time cheating on her. I doubt that was the first time, okay? Because, you know, Jay-Z can't keep his thing in his pants. So I don't think it was just one time that she got cheated on with Becky the Good Hair. I personally think it was more than once, because the way that Beyonce was singing in Lemonade, okay? I know it wasn't just one time. But how many times do you want Nicki to speak up about things and be correct? Like, it's kind of like time and time again, Nicki will speak about something, or she'll say something about an artist, and everyone will call her, you know, crazy, say she's on a coke rant, and then a couple months, even years later, that thing that she spoke about will come to pass. So it's like, how many times do you want this woman to be right for you to take her seriously? Like, seriously, it's a serious question. How many times do you want her to be right? And one thing I'm going to say is that the reason I was backing up the reason I was backing up Nicki, Anika, Tanya Mirage over SZA is because you guys expect me to believe anything that comes out of SZA's mouth? The woman that was lying about having natural freckles. I naturally have freckles and I naturally have poofy hair. Yeah, it just grows like that. You know, my freckles literally just started coming up in high school. You expect me to believe that? Okay, someone who went to the Grammys on crutches but was walking fine? You expect me to believe someone who was like, I'm done with music, I'm never going to release music again, I've done everything I've wanted to do, and then comes out with another album? Like, no tea, no shade. And this is coming from someone who loves SZA. I loved SOS. I love Control. Like, if I saw Control or SOS in a vinyl shop, best believe I'm going in there, giving them my card and snatching that up. Okay, both SOS and Control. And that's telling you something, because vinyls are not cheap, okay? Trust me, I have a collection and it's not cheap. So you expect me to believe a pathological liar over someone who has been, you know, who has spoken up about different things in the industry time and time again, and who has been right every single time? Like, that, does that sound smart to you guys? Does that sound actually like logical? Like, use your common sense, okay? And the whole reason this is going down is because SZA just can't keep her nose out of other people's business. SZA got involved into a fight that was not her battle, okay? So Nicki was coming after someone from TDE, and if you don't know, TDE is SZA's record label. That's her record label, and I think Nicki was coming after, I believe it was like SZA's friend or like manager or ex-manager. So they had like a tie together, and they clearly had a relationship, the guy from TDE, right? What SZA decided to do was to throw subliminals at Nicki Minaj, saying, oh, the Mercury retrograde, oh, you silly goose, or something like da. And it's just like, babe, like, let's sit this one out. SZA, we do not want to, like, well, let's not play with fire here, SZA. And people think that SZA is just like some innocent, cute little girl. Like, she's been throwing disses at not only Nicki but Beyonce and Rihanna since 2011. So if that tells you anything, then like, I don't know. And it's a fact how people are justifying the tweets. They're saying, oh, well, it was a long time ago, and oh, she worked with Rihanna, so they're cool, and da-da-da-da. Do you think if there were resurfaced tweets of Nicki Minaj saying that, would you guys spare her? You would burn her at the stake if there was tweets of Nicki Minaj making fun of Beyonce's skin tone. There would be an outroar. Nicki Minaj would get ripped to pieces. Nicki's already getting ripped to shreds for just speaking the truth about how demonic and evil the industry is. Let alone if there was, on top of that, if there were tweets of her making fun of Beyonce and Rihanna, oh my lord, oh my gosh, she would get ripped to shreds. So I don't know why everyone's going so easy on SZA with the tweets. I want you guys to rip her to shreds just like you've been ripping Nicki to shreds. And Nicki wasn't even talking about Beyonce. She was talking about Camel Face. All the stuff that she was talking about was Camel Face, Jay-Z. Okay, she has never spoken about Beyonce in any way. Like, this is why I'm like, some of the Beehive slow, okay? Because Nicki has never spoken about Beyonce. Nicki just wants her flipping money and she wants to dip. That's it. And I find a lot of people are like, oh, it's just money, like, kind of get over it. It's been 10 plus years. If someone owes you money, let's just use everyday terminology because that's the only way people understand, because clearly people are slow online on Twitter. The tweets I've been seeing about Nicki and Jay-Z, it's giving very slow. It's giving like very, very slow. So if someone owes you money, say someone owes you like £10. Okay, no, I won't use pounds because I know a lot of people who watch me are American. So say if someone owes you like $100, okay, for something, right? And you know they're stalling to kind of pay you back, and you're like, "Where's my money?" Like, I gave you $100 like 2 months ago. Where's my money? And they're like, like we'll sort it out. I'll pay it. Okay, and they keep doing that like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Obviously, you're gonna get a bit annoyed. You're gonna get a bit angry because you're like, "Well, where is my flipping money?" Right? Understandable. And that's $100. We're talking of like hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars that Jay-Z owes Nicki Minaj. Okay, these are numbers that frankly everyday people will never even touch or see in our bank accounts. So the way that people are saying, oh, get over it, Nicki Minaj, it was 10 years ago. Jay-Z owes her millions of dollars. No, she will not get over it. No, this was not just, 10 years ago. It doesn't matter whether it was 10, 5, 15 years ago. It's still money he owes her. Okay, so Jay-Z, you better cough up that damn money. Okay, I don't know why Jay-Z's acting all of a sudden like he's broke and he has no money. He has it, so give it. He can very easily pay Nicki Minaj off, very easily, and he'll still be able to live comfortably, in his means, by his means, provide for his family. That's how rich Jay-Z is, okay? And I'm tired of people acting like Jay-Z does not run the industry, like he hasn't ruined careers in the past. No. Like, Jay-Z's literally ruined careers. If you speak up about Jay-Z, you're done. You're done. You're gone, okay? Look at flipping Tory Lanez. He didn't want to sign with Roc Nation because when you sign with Roc Nation, you have to sell your soul. Okay, and the only people from Roc Nation that I will kind of excuse, because Rihanna, people will say, well, what about Rihanna? And to be honest, I feel like, this is just alleged, these are my opinions, I feel like Rihanna, she was forced into doing it, okay? Because there's a literal clip where she says, I met Jay-Z and stuff like that, and we met at the headquarters, and he said, it's either you jump from the 15th floor or something, or you sign this contract. And, the crowd were laughing, but clearly Rihanna was not really finding it funny, she looked very uncomfortable, so she didn't have a choice but to sign that down contract and to give her soul away, okay? And there's been a lot of rumors that allegedly Jay-Z was, grooming and, essaying Rihanna from a young age, which, if you want to believe that, you can believe that. But the only person I really do feel bad for was Rihanna, because she was very young. She had come from another country. Okay, she was not used to obviously being in another country. She was very young, and then you have this random guy saying, yeah, you are not leaving this building until you sign this contract, and the only way you can leave is if you jump off the 15th or the 30th floor or you sign this. Okay, so that's the only reason why. That's why a lot of artists who don't sign with Roc Nation, you most likely will never hear of them again, or their career will go down somehow. But let's get back into SZA. Less about Jay-Z and B, more back into SZA right now, because the thing is what I hate, okay, and I've been trying to use the word hate less, but this is something I generally hate. When someone is throwing subliminals, someone is throwing shots, or someone clearly doesn't like you, okay? They throw subliminals, or they say something behind your back. You confront that person, you give them the same energy back, and then all of a sudden they're acting different. They're acting like, oh no, I didn't say that. Or when SZA was like, oh, I don't have beef with anyone. Like, I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing. No, sweetheart, come back. Okay, stand 10 toes down on what you're saying in those tweets. Stand 10 toes down on what you're saying. Let's not throw rocks and hide hands. Let's not do that, okay? You were throwing subliminals. Nicki replied back and gave you everything you want, and she read you to filth, bro. She read you to filth to the point where I was reading the tweets, like every day I was waking up, I was reading through them tweets and I was cackling. I was crying when Nicki was saying, you know, how did you have to remember to draw the freckles like every day for years? Second of all, if there's one thing I hate is when I'm talking to someone or I'm clearly having a disagreement with someone or I'm arguing with someone and then someone else that person knows tries to butt in and speak over me. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna crash out. Oh my gosh, Jesus is gonna have to take the wheel, because that's something that really irritates me, because it has nothing to do with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing with this person. I'm arguing with person A and person B. This has nothing to do with you. And now I'm gonna look like the bad guy Chan Li for not only arguing with person A but arguing with person B. Like, it's gonna take serious self-restraint when I'm talking to someone or I have a disagreement or someone's arguing with me, and then someone else gets involved to try and say their two cents, two piece. Oh, I'm gonna crash out. It's gonna take serious self-control from heaven for me to not crash out when someone else gets involved in an argument that has nothing to do with them. And that's why Nicki went out on SZA, because Nicki was coming after the guy from TDE, and SZA was getting involved trying to fight a battle which was not hers. So I'm glad that Nicki humbled her, because it has nothing to do with you. And then on top of that, because we know SZA is a pathological liar, SZA is a known liar, and then she was trying to reveal these texts, okay, because she thought she was eating and she tried to reveal texts basically saying how she was writing and saying that she wrote Nicki Minaj's verse. Like, SZA, I know you ain't lying. I know you're lying saying that you wrote Nicki Minaj's verse, because she was saying that she wrote Nicki Minaj's verse for Feeling Myself, okay? And as we know, Beyonce is a very big artist. She has a lot of writers, a lot of producers, mix and master people. That's very normal for an artist of Beyonce's size, right? We're not gonna say that SZA wrote Nicki's verse, okay? Let's not do that. Did SZA probably write Beyonce's verses and stuff? Yes, okay. But she did not write Nicki's verse. And at that point, I knew that SZA had lost, because I was like, oh no, babe. You're not going to say that one of the only people in the industry who actually writes their music, writes their bars, and you're saying that you wrote it to make yourself feel better. And then she tried to reveal some more text messages, because apparently she's Lotto now. She's Scratch Off 2.0, thinking that she was eating with these text messages and revealing these text messages. It was given Scratch Off 2.0. It's given, 2.0. And the way that, I was just like, SZA, let's just sit this one out. If I was SZA, I would have just logged out of Twitter and just went about my day. And then on top of that, everything that SZA's trying to reveal in the text messages, literally Nicki had literal proof and receipts to back up what she was saying, and literally said like, no, that Beyonce and I were literally on the phone back and forth talking about how we could change the words, how we could do, like, I was just embarrassed. I was like, oh no, sweetie, no. SZA, no. I'm just saying, a lot of these girls in the industry are getting too comfortable trying to, throw subliminals at Nicki Minaj, throw subs and shade, and then when Nicki comes after them, they start hiding their hands, saying, no, I didn't say that. It's like, no, keep the same smoke, keep the same energy, and let's see who wins. Let's see, because I love that about Nicki Minaj. She does not care who you are, whether you are Jay-Z, whether you are SZA, whether you are some random pop star. She'll come after you. She'll make an example out of you. And I'm glad that she made an example out of SZA and she humbled her. I feel like Nicki needs to start doing this a lot more, okay? Because the girls in the industry are getting too comfortable disrespecting Nicki, disrespecting the influence she's had. On top of that, guys, people are saying that SZA is a better artist than Nicki Minaj. Oh, I lost it. That's when I was like, yeah, I've been on Twitter for too long. I'm gonna log out. That's enough for me today. And because people love to throw the SZA has Grammys, argument, but it's like, are we gonna use Grammys to kind of like, be like, oh, this person's better than this person? Because Cardi B has a Grammy over Nicki, but I wouldn't say she's a better artist than Nicki. Cardi B has a Grammy over Tupac, but I wouldn't say Cardi B is better rapper than Tupac, because that's just ludicrous. That's stupid. Use your common sense. That's something to even come out my mouth is disrespectful to Tupac's legacy. When people use the whole Grammys argument, people pick and choose when the Grammys matter and they mean something. Because when SZA lost in 2018, I think was to Alicia Cara, Right for Control, y'all was saying, oh, the Grammys don't matter anyway, or let's boycott the Grammys, But then now when she won a Grammy, everyone was like, oh, yay. When Kendrick lost Best Rap Album to flipping Macklemore, right, y'all was saying, oh, the Grammys are so crap, oh, they don't mean anything anyways, like, who cares, Kendrick's still the GOAT. And then now he's got like 3 or 4, now y'all like throwing it in everyone's faces. Like, people pick and choose when the Grammys matter and when they don't. And some of the best rappers in the literal world have no Grammys. have literally no Tupac has no Grammys, and I would argue that he is probably a lot of people's top 5 rappers, and he has never even had a Grammy. Snoop Dogg does not have a Grammy. When people throw that Grammy argument out, I'm like, it's not really suffice. Just because you have a Grammy, then what? Some people be paying for awards, some people sell their souls for awards, so what? Then what? I feel like the Grammys have gone so downhill that talent doesn't even matter anymore. It's just all about viewings, ratings, who's going to get the best rating. A lot of things are skewed behind the scenes, okay? So if we're really going to be using Grammys as a way to calculate talent, I feel like we've lost it, to be honest. And that's why every year we're always outruled by something, because people always win in the wrong categories for the wrong things. For people to say that SZA is a better artist than Nicki, I was dumbfounded. I was bamboozled. I was in shock. And that's coming from someone, I really do like SZA's music. I generally do love SZA's music. They're not even on the same level, especially in terms of influence. No. Nicki Minaj, the amount of female rappers and people she's influenced is insane. I don't know what everyone's talking about. I think people are just salty because SZA lost this round. She lost it. She lost this fight, this battle. And I feel like Nicki really revealed who really SZA is. She's not this cutesy little funny, kind of cutesy girl. She's a pathological liar. She's dissed some of your faves, a lot of people's faves. For some reason, people are looking past it. And I'm so glad that Nicki humbled her, because a lot of the girls need humbling, and she made a proper example out of SZA. So if the girls want to get a bit too disrespectful, they're going to end up just like SZA. And a lot of the girls in the industry need to remember that Nicki Minaj has nothing to lose, okay? She's already been blacklisted, blackballed in the industry. She's already had her hate train and was still successful. She's had industry giants come against her. Like, she really does not have anything to lose. Like, a lot of the other girls, they have a lot more to lose, because beefing with Nicki Minaj doesn't really do anything for your career. Unless you're Cardi B, that's the only anomaly. But, Scratch or try beefing with Nicki thinking she's going to be Cardi B, and that did nothing for her career. So beefing with Nicki Minaj normally, in today's day and age, 2025, it does nothing for your career. It's better that you actually get along with Nicki and actually collaborate with her than to go against her, because once you go against her, it's going to, cost you.
Tell me, baby, do you want to